his dating life will still be bad. So think about it. Just think about it. Look at it. We're going to keep going. I'm bringing the next comic to the stage. Also came in from Albany. Very funny person. Please give it up for Alanna Gill. Yeah!
Hi, everybody. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. You guys seem like a lot of fun. I'm excited about this. Yeah, that was a really awkward, wasn't it? But hey, finally just started. It's gonna get worse from here. All right. Have you guys ever been told you have a resting bitch face? Yeah, me too. But sometimes I've been told I have a resting sad face.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Someone relates. Thank you. I'm just sitting there and someone's like, "Are you okay? Like, you look like you're about to cry." And I was like, "No." Like, this first happened to me in like 8th grade homeroom. My teacher would be like, "Are you okay? Like, your face is really pale." I'd be like, "No, Mr. Kavada, that's just my face." Sorry. And I, because of how pale I am, I also feel like I resemble a Tim Burton character. You know, I get the really baggy eyes, super pale. I look like I'm about to sing about how I'm dead. You know, classic stuff. Yeah, we love Tim Burton movies. And I don't know, I got called a lot of things. And one of the things was by my own sister, and she would call me macho when we were growing up. Because she was older than me, but I was taller and wider than her, and a little bit more muscular, so I was deemed macho. And this did contribute to the self-esteem issues. But instead of just like thinking that I was bigger than I actually was, I would picture myself as Jack Black in Nacho Libre. Because for some reason, that's what the word macho gets associated with. And like my sister would call me macho whenever my dad would need help like moving something or building something, because he had 2 daughters, you know, one of us had to do it. So it was me. And my sister would say macho, and I would be like, "All right, Dad," picture myself in those Philly length leggings, wrestling mask, and I'd be like, "I am ready, Father. I can help you. I'm here." And the macho thing didn't really go away in high school. It stuck around because I kept getting cast in the boy parts in the theater club. So it turns out there is a lower social status in high school than theater kid. And that's theater kid with a mustache. Yeah, I asked a kid out to homecoming, and he laughed and walked away, and it was because I was in full Captain Hook outfit when I did that. Not the best choice. Maybe the spirit gum mustache could have come off before I tried. You know, maybe he was into the hook, you know, I don't know. Something like that. Another thing is, I got ghosted recently. Yeah. Do you guys know what that means? Okay, some of you say yes, some of you say no. It's when the person that you are courting just abruptly stops speaking to you and communicating in all fashions, right? So this happened to me. And I should have learned because I had dated this boy before, right? Back in college. And I had a nickname for him because some girls do that. Am I alone in this? Do other women have nicknames? No? Okay. But the nickname for this guy was Bone Broth. Because in one of these college sessions, I was like, I'm kind of hungry, and I thought that this grown man might have food in his house. Boy, was I wrong. So he was like, I have some bone broth for you. Fast forward 20 minutes, I'm in his kitchen drinking a mug of bone broth. This guy left me unsatisfied twice. And I know what you guys are thinking. If this was so bad, why would you even consider going back to him again so much later? You're right.
Yeah.
Huge dick. There's another reason. He kind of looked like Luigi Mangione.
Oh.
Yeah. So, yeah. Those were two pretty positive reasons, but no such luck for me. I didn't get to fulfill that fantasy. When's he getting conjugal visits? Yeah. I went through a rough breakup at the end of last year. And so, all right, bear with me when I say this. I'm gonna ask the ladies in the room, have you ever gone to the gynecologist, gotten a pap smear, and realized that you were having terrible sex? Okay, yeah, just me. Like usual. I did that once and a girl in the front row was like, that's a unique experience for you. She was right, of course. Another time, a guy came up and was like, I don't quite get it. Did you enjoy getting fingered by your doctor? No. That's also not what a pap smear is. So now I have to ask, and you, the men in the room, seem like you're educated enough. Do you know what a pap smear is? Tell me.
They take a sample from deep in your
Yes.
cervix even, right?
Yes, they take a cervical sample. Very good, very good.
I'm not exactly sure with what.
With what? It's the longest, pointiest cotton swab ever. And in order to get that cotton swab up there, they take a metal clamp covered in the coldest lube possible, and they clamp you open. And so I had that done, and I was like, how was this worse than the last time I got it? And I was also like, why do I have to do this? Who invented this ridiculous test? Guess what? It was invented by a man. George Papanopoulos. I have to say, I am very glad that I don't have to go and get a Papanopoulos test. That would make it a lot worse. But when I was looking this up, I learned about George Papanopoulos' wife, Mary, and she gave her own cervical samples to George for his research. But she gave it to him every day for over 20 years.
Ooh.
She had to get a pap smear. Yeah. So I was like, thank you, Mary, for your contributions to feminine health so that I can make sure I don't have cervical cancer. But also, why would you do that? Like, what was going on in Mary's head? So I thought about it, and there were like 3 things that I could come up with. Right, number 1, she was getting paid under the table. This was like the 1930s. She was a lab tech. There was no money happening for her at all. It was all coming from George. Number 2, it was a kink. And she was just like, come on, George, let's play doctor. Scrape me. And number 3, and probably what it was, is that she just didn't want him taking samples from anyone else. Like, all right, Georgie, if you're gonna take somebody's cervical cells, it better be mine. I'm not letting you see anyone else's except for mine. It's considered cheating. Although it does make me wonder what the, results of that was. Like, if you have the same samples, that doesn't seem like a very good medical study. Whatever. I don't know about you guys, but I get a lot of targeted ads on my phone. Yeah. Except I get targeted ads specifically for bras for women with small boobs. It's kind of annoying. It's like my iPhone scanned me and just went, ooh, itty bitties detected. Send invitation to committee. But I did buy them and they are really nice. So I guess they worked. And it kind of got me thinking, I'm like, why are they doing this to us? They like are they trying to pit the little boob women against the big boob women? Like trying to make us fight? Like what would that look like other than a 90s music video? You know, I was going back and forth like maybe, little titties. It's really easy to put a bulletproof vest on. But with big titties, you already have one. Real easy to just slide it on. And does anyone play video games in here? No, that's okay. I'm gonna say it anyway. Little titties is melee damage, so it's right in front of you. And then big titties is range damage. So it gets real far. It's a lot of fun. Yeah. And if I'm gonna go back to that breakup, did you guys watch the Barbie movie at all? Last year when it came out? No? Well, I guess you don't really need to know that much about it. But there was this like mass of women who ended their relationships because of the Barbie movie. Yeah. I'm one of those women. Yeah. And it's because the day before, my ex crashed my car. Yeah. So I saw Barbie get her dream house turned into a Mojo Dojo Casa house by her Ken. And then I saw my Ken take my car and turned it into a Mojo Dojo Casa wreck. This Barbie learned a very expensive lesson. Dump him. And so after that breakup, I also got asked out by a coworker. Has that happened to any of you guys? No? You're like, maybe. Did you guys meet that? You're like, it happened. Yeah, kind of.
First time.
Oh, okay, so it does work out for some of you. It did not for me. Not for me. I just felt real weird about it. You know, I was like, let's see. Should I do something about this? Should I like go to HR? Do I just like be awkward in front of this person for the rest of the time that I work here? That is what I did, but I felt weird about it. It kind of like put me back and forth like I was two different people. Like I was Gollum and Smeagol. You guys are familiar with Lord of the Rings.
Hell yeah.
So yeah. So one part of me was like, be nice to it. It doesn't mean you any harm. And the other side was like, Betty's, no. We want to feel safe in the workplace. But he's sad, and we don't want him to be sad. We don't care if he's sad. We deserve it. But what will other people say? We don't care what he says. We want respect because we are the Yeah, so that happened. If you've liked me, I've been Alanna Gill. Thank you guys so much. Have a great night.
You got a lot to get together.
Yeah, sorry.
All right. You guys ready for your headliner? Woo! Yeah. This guy, I worked with him. We wrote together on a TV show for Jon Stewart. He opened for Jon Stewart. He opened for Wanda Sykes. He's been on NBC. He's been on Comedy Central. He's been on Epics. He's one of the funniest dudes, and in 2 years, he's gonna be fucking famous, and he's gonna owe me money. So please, be really loud and give a warm welcome to your headliner, Kason Wilson!